So I've mentioned in my previous video that when playing cranked, it'd be retarded to put on speed perks in your setup, because after one kill, you pretty much get all the speed perks in the game, so you'd be wasting space. Anyway, I've come up with many wonderful classes for playing cranked, but this one here is my most killer setup, and it is handled best by pros, so if you aren't a good player, don't worry. After this video, I will make a setup for novice players as well. For now, just enjoy the show, and I guarantee you'll at least learn something new. Now on to the setup. Okay, so the very first thing I want to explain here is that it doesn't really matter what weapon you use. If you're trying to copy this setup, it doesn't really matter. But for me, I have to use this bulldog. This is a very powerful gun when you use it with the slug rounds, but it gets really difficult to use if you were to put this attachment on. But we'll talk about that in another video. Just recognize that you don't really have to use this gun. So to start it off, the first perk I have is steady aim. Well, the real reason why steady aim is here is just because this gun is here. If I didn't have the bulldog, I wouldn't really be using this. Now, the other perks that are very important in this setup, like the most valuable perks, are amplify and dead silence. These two perks put together make it so I can recognize where everybody is at almost at all times. So pretty much I'm surviving in every game because of these perks. I hear where people are at. Let's say I'm inside a building, or I'm on the top floor of a building and I'm shooting someone, and then because of these perks I get to know when someone's coming inside a building, and I'm ready for the gunfight. So thanks to these perks, I stay alive a lot. The next perk is resilience. This is one of the most important perks in playing cranked. When you want to play cranked, this is the perk that's going to help you escape areas. It's going to help you reach the bottom floor in a faster way. Instead of having to go the long way, let's say going down the stairs or whatever, I just quickly escape. So definitely I love this perk. It's like you can't go wrong with this perk. And then the next perk that I use is Hardline. Well, Hardline, I really just have it so I can reach my specialist bonus really quickly, and also because of the first perk I get on specialist, and I'll explain that right now in a little bit when I get to the specialist. The sooner I get specialist, the better. And the final perk I have is ping. Now this is a motherfucker, man. This perk right here, man, with that shit, because of this perk, most of the time I'm never really like struggling to find someone. I'm never really struggling and like thinking, oh fuck man, my timer is about to run out, fuck. Because of this perk I quickly find people. Now imagine the power of having amplify dead silence, aka ninja, and ping. Fuck dude, I'm like, I know where everybody is at almost 96% of the time. Like fuck, every fucking second I already recognize, or I am able to identify where enemies are at in every second. So this is a very important and powerful perk for this setup. I'm just strictly on a I know where you're at spree, and I'm surviving every shot. Now onto the specialist. When I'm doing the specialist, the very first perk I have is on the go. This is a perfect perk to have in the beginning. Because of Hardline, I get this perk in one kill. So you know how when I kill someone, I get all the perks after killing one person? Well, I also get to reload while I'm escaping the gunfire. So if I shoot someone and I'm like, fuck this, I gotta get the fuck out of here, I don't stop for anybody. I'm just quickly reloading as I'm leaving the area, and I'm like getting away safely. And of course I don't really need this perk in the beginning. That's why I didn't put it in the beginning of the setup. I didn't put it in the perks section. I put it on the specialist section, because you only really need it after killing someone. And after killing someone, I'm gonna get this perk. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have to have it in the beginning. It's better to have it as specialist, because that's when you're really going to be reloading. I mean, you're only going to be reloading after you killed someone, right? So it's a good idea to have this as the first perk. I swear, because of this perk I stay alive a lot. And now the next perk, because I chose a 1 perk, I have to choose a 3 perk now. So the third perk, or the 3 perk I chose, is wiretap. Wiretap is my perk for just, since I'm not going to be running any UAVs or SATCOMs or whatever, using up my friendlies SATCOMs and my enemy SATCOMs are going to help me a lot. So this is another reason that it just stacks up with my knowledge of where all enemies are at, can't go wrong with this perk. So this is a real good perk. And after that, guess what? I get specialist bonus at 7 kills, man. So fuck yeah, this is the best setup here. Scavenger is really just good because of course you're gonna run out of ammo, so you want to keep consistency with this setup. It's all about just staying alive for as long as possible. If you can go flawless through a crank game. I'm really trying to do that. So with this perk, it's gonna help me. And of course I put it at the end because come on, you don't really get to lose ammo until you're at your like 8th kill, and it's just good to have scavenger at the end. So it's a good idea to have it at the end. And then the next one is RshU. I can choose either RshU or focus for this, but I've noticed that with focus in this setup, I never really get shot at, or not shot at, but with gunfights, when it comes to gunfights, come on, man, I have a shotgun. Like you swear like I'm gonna lose a gunfight. Like come on, I don't really need focus. When I see someone, I just shoot, ta ta ta, he's dead. So you don't really need focus. But RshU, at least, just in case I get sniped or something and it gets a hit marker and I'm running away, I'll just regenerate faster. But I really don't need it that much because I rarely get hit. This is a pro setup, man. Like you're not supposed to get hit if you're a pro. Like if you're playing really smart, you rarely get hit. So that's why I don't really need any perk, but I had to put this one on just because everything else is pretty much useless. It's whack, it's stupid. So the last 2 perks that I want to talk about is attack resist and blast shield. Both of these perks are like the main survival tools. Since I'm going to be going for high streaks with this class setup, I definitely don't want to just die off of a random grenade. Come on, man. And plus, blast shield, you know, like even if you are going low on cranked and the timer is running out, blast shield protects you from that explosion of crank. No, I'm just kidding. I fucked with you guys right there. Man, I'm finally done. Yes, I spent a lot of time on this video for you guys, man, so show me some love with that stupid like shit. And I still got lots and lots more crank videos to post. My goal is to help everyone with this chaotic game mode, and if anyone should teach you, you know I'm the right guy for that shit. And on the last note, take advantage of this setup because it cannot work that well in other game modes, especially for a rusher like me. I love moving fast, so I'll never take out perks like marathon or agility out of my setup, and speed perks occupy most of the space. So thank you, Crank, for making it possible to rush with all those other amazing perks for the first time in Call of Duty history.